As I have said many times before, watches are for more than just telling the time. They are useful for many things like celebrating an important date such as the birth of your child or your graduation or when you were promoted to an important position. Among those dates, there is one that is your wedding, where I believe 99% of people make a mistake when choosing a wedding watch. I am married, but we are soon to celebrate the religious wedding, so I took a very deep decision about which watch I will wear on my wedding day. If you're getting married soon or plan to marry someday, I think these tips might help you. The biggest mistake people make when choosing their wedding watch is looking for an elegant watch. Everyone tells you that if you're getting married in a suit, you need an elegant watch to look good that day. The problem is that many people don't really wear suits anymore and don't dress elegantly, so they end up buying a very elegant watch for that day which they never wear again. I will share how my decision-making journey has been to choose the right watch. First, in my silly mind, I thought, no, I'm not going to spend on another watch. With all the wedding expenses, that's enough. But let's be honest, I know myself, and that was never going to happen. My first two options for my wedding watch were the Reverso, which has an emotional value because it's the watch that I will give to my son, and it has its initials engraved in the back, and the Gran Seiko Unkai, which was the watch that my family gave me when I turned 30. They were watches that already had sentimental weight for me, so it didn't make sense to add more. Then I continued researching and bought this Polaris. It's an amazing watch from Jaeger-LeCoultre with a beautiful blue dial. And when it arrived, I was sure it was going to be the right watch for the wedding. It was a versatile watch that looked good with any strap. Basically a sporty watch, but very, very versatile. I tried it for a few days, which is honestly an advantage of my job. It allows me to test thousands of watches. However, in the end, something convinced me it wasn't the one, and I ended up selling it. I went back to the starting point. Which darn watch should I wear to my wedding? After all this, the stars began to align. For one reason or another, I was able to buy the first AP for my collection. It's an extremely thin, comfortable, and elegant watch. The perfect watch, basically. The only downside is that I feel the steel bracelet doesn't make it as elegant, and I would like to have a watch with leather straps to wear that day. So I think I will leave this one for the collection, but not for that special day. Then came one of the most beautiful watches I have ever held in my hands, the Breitling Premier B01, which is a much dressier line from the Swiss brand. It has spectacular construction quality. It has in-house calibers and that stunning blue dial. The problem I have with this watch is that its case is large, measuring between 41 and 42 millimeters. And since it's an automatic, it's a very thick watch and takes up too much space on the wrist. The blue is spectacular and it matches perfectly the suit I will wear, but I think we can find better options. Then, almost magically, this Breguet Type 20 arrived. It's an extremely elegant chronograph from the spectacular Breguet house. When it came, I thought it was the perfect watch, and I was going to happily get married with this watch on my wrist. I even bought several straps to match it, but there was something that didn't completely satisfy me, and I think it was the dial color. I believe that a dress watch should ideally have a white, silver, or very light dial, which makes it more versatile and elegant. Although it was a beautiful watch, the biggest problem it had was that we were comparing it to this other one. I already made a video about it, but it's the IWC Portuguese Retrapante. This watch came to my store and never went on sale. It's a sober, elegant watch with hidden skills. It's a Retrapante chronograph, which essentially allows you to take 2 times with one chronograph. The thing is that it had this beautiful silvery champagne dial, which is extremely versatile. And my wife liked it the most out of all the options I showed her. Maybe I could have happily been married with the Breitling or the Breguet or the AP, but this watch has something very special. But most importantly, it was the one my wife liked the most. Now the wedding is 2 months from now, and I'm not really sure which watch I'm taking, but what I can be really sure is that this one is taking the advantage.